The president in prime time. President Trump is set to make his case for a border wall in a live Oval Office address to the nation as the government shutdown now enters its 18th day. So who else to turn to for perspective on this than DailyMail.com's editor-at-large, Piers Morgan. And Piers, a lot to get to here. Many are challenging the president's credibility on the border issue. What do you think he has to do tonight to win over more of the American public, and do you think he can do it?
Well, the thing is, Jesse, we know that every president really in modern times has at some stage raised the issue of the southern border and the very large number of people who come over that border every year, up to 1 million a year, illegally, trying to get illegal entry into the United States. And I think Trump, after several weeks of a government shutdown, has reached the end of his tether with this. Now, the question then is, will the American public, who so far are not massively persuaded about this wall, can they listen to Donald Trump in prime time across almost every network and be persuaded that the answer to all this illegal immigration on the southern border, after decades of trying to solve this problem, is this wall, or is the wall dead?
All right, Piers, can't let you go without talking Golden Globes. Looking back to Sunday night, what's your grade for the Globes? And then looking ahead, who's your pick to host the Oscars?
Well, let's be honest, Jesse. We ended up with these two incredibly boring hosts delivering one of the most sycophantic, gut-wrenching monologues I've ever seen at the start of the show, praising to the hilt every star in the room. And as I vomited my way through all this, I then realized the entire show was going to be like this. The speeches were boring and robotic. The presenters were boring and robotic. The awards were kind of blah. The hosts were dreadful. The ratings were down. The whole thing was the most boring snooze fest I've ever had to endure in my entire life. There's only one answer for the Oscars. It won't be Kevin Hart. He said again today he's not going to do it, and I think there's too much baggage there to be unpicked. The only answer is to Hollywood's wokeness, I think, is to turn to the one man who has the guts to walk out on that stage at the Oscars at the end of February, stare at all these superstars in the front row and take them down verbally, one by one, like Rambo with his tongue. And that is Ricky Gervais.
All right, so the killing him with kindness thing at the Golden Globes didn't work. Maybe a different approach.
I want to kill them. I want to kill them with horror. Kill them with horror, Jesse.
Piers Morgan in London, always a pleasure.